All right, everyone, we are back here with a new video. And what I want to show and talk to you about in this video is, how to spot fake silver stuff, right? I mean, looking at here, I mixed in some fake ones and, of course, some real ones. So I'm just going to say right off the bat, if you are buying some unique stuff, right, like this Batarang and stuff like that, most of them are legit, right? Most of the fakers aren't going to fake a Batarang or some sort of special metal head of like Thanos or Spider-Man or something like that, right? These are mostly going to be legit, and that's why if I buy them, I don't have to worry that much as long as it looks like it, right? I mean, you got to go over the photos and see if it looks like it. They cannot forge or fake these. Well, they can, but they're going to spend a lot of time and a lot of effort, and they don't want to do that, right? Again, this Batarang, very, very hard, right? Because usually they fake the circles. The circles, like, it's a circle. It's a circle everywhere, right? So they fake those. But Batarangs and something that is unique, like the Spider-Man mask, the Iron Man mask, they're not going to do that. I mean, it's just a waste of effort. Now, they will fake bars as well, right? I don't have that many bars. I have like one bar because I'm not a bar collector and I hate bars. But, you have this Sunshine Mint bar here, and these are stuff that they will also fake. But the thing is, I don't collect them, so I don't know. It doesn't bother me. So, anyways, now I want to talk about these coins here, right? Some of them are fake. Okay, I'm not kidding you. Some of these are fake, and you're looking at them, and you pretty much can pick out the ones that aren't fake because they're really hard to fake, right? Or they won't spend that much time on it. And while some of them, right, obviously look like it's fake, and some of them, right, just looks really, really nice, and you can't tell if it's real or if it's fake. And this one that looks, man, it looks fake, doesn't it? So, anyways, we're gonna talk about these coins and what I think you should actually keep an eye out for. First of all, for those that actually think this is fake, this is actually real. This is my first coin ever, and it's thrown around, it's beaten. It's like I put acid on it and basically everything, right? It's gone through the beaters, and you'll notice that it changed color and it tones, right? So because it changed color, it's real. Okay, I mean, it looks ugly, but the thing is, that, hey, it's real, right? There's like two acid spots right here and right here. You may have seen it in my other videos when I was talking about silver, but that's where I put the acid. So, that one's real for sure. And of course, there's another one that toned. And, when you look at these, right, these proof-like kind of silver, right, you notice that some of them are toned, and the tone actually shows you this is what you should be getting. Or, at least it guarantees that it is real. Now, I know they have new security features on some of them, like this one, which I don't have the newest one, right? This one's old. I mean, I've been collecting these like years ago, and, I never updated. They're pretty much the same thing with security features, right? So, anyways, this one has, some of them have security features, and it's good to have. At least, those are real. And, let me go along. What else you have here? All right, I want to talk about the milk spot. So the older coins, right, they have the milk spots right here, like right there. You see those circles, those white things, right? I think they changed it in 2018 for the Canadian Mint anyways. So they don't have milk spots anymore. But these milk spots are the thing that shows you it's real. It's legit, right? Because it happens on real silver. So anyways, now let's talk about the fake stuff. It's actually very hard to spot the fake, honestly. You need a magnet, obviously. This is one thing, but it's not guaranteed. But you can pretty much pick out the fake ones with this magnet. And I know which one is fake, so I'm just gonna run it by. Right, you got there. And so that's one. Right, so this one is fake. But it looks pretty good, huh? And of course, that one's fake. It's pretty much all the colored one I have. Right? So there are 3 of them that are fake. But the thing is, you're probably thinking, oh, so the color ones are fake. but that's not true. You see, this is real. This is legit, right? This is a legit 2012, and it costs a lot of money. This one costs like 50 bucks, right? So it's very interesting how they were able to make it so close, right? So I'm just gonna use my magnet, right? None of these, the rest of the stuff are pretty much real, right? You can guarantee the Marvel ones are real. All right, the Marvel one is like they're not gonna copy that one. So, anyways, so these three colored ones are the fake ones, and you see, there's a horse here, and you have a horse here, right? It looks freaking. It looks like it's the same thing, except one of them is colorized. Right? Look at that, and this one even looks sharper, and it's fake. Of course, the back is different. But the thing is, how do you tell? I mean, if you're only looking at one coin, it's very hard to tell, right? You have to have another one. I mean, looking at it, look, there's like more depth than compared to this one. This one doesn't have that much depth, right? So it's very interesting that they were able to do that. But this one is legit. Now, I wanted to bring in this. So I have a roll of these, and I gotten this like years ago, right? These are 2014 stuff. And you notice, right? It's the same coin. It's just that this one is proof. This one is not proof. So I wouldn't buy the proof stuff. I don't know. I haven't gotten anything that's not proof, but I feel like the proof stuff, like they're able to forge that easier. But look at it. This one has way more depth, right? I mean, like compared to this one's like flat. So this one is legit, if you're wondering, right? This entire roll is legit. And I was a collector of the Zodiacs. So this thing is different. So you got to look up the coin you want to buy and see if the front and the back is different. But look at it. If you only had this coin, you would think this is real, right? But it's very hard to tell if you don't have more than one coin. So I purposely bought this so I could compare it. And looking at it, I got to say this one looks more legit than this one, right? Just the polish and the engraving or whatever, the stamp and everything. This one doesn't have much depth, right? I mean, there's no, like, you could barely see anything, any lines and any stuff on this one. So it's very interesting how, like, the quality of it has gone a lot better. Look at this. This one's really, it's like flat, right? I mean, you see some bumps here and there, but this one, you could actually see the lines very well. So they gotten really good at doing this stuff, faking the things. Now, I just wanted to, I guess we're going to weigh it too. So it's very important that you weigh it, right? So I'm going to put this one in. I mean, I don't have, well, I'll take this one out since this one is fake anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So let's take this one out. And I set it on to grams, right? It's zeroed right now. And damn it. Most people wouldn't take this out, but since I know it's fake, I might as well just take it out. So if you put it down here, look at that, 29.20. And I gotta say, if it isn't 31, it's fake. I mean, I have this other fake coin. I keep telling myself, maybe it's real, but once you weigh it, it's fake. That's all, man. There's no difference, right? And of course, I want to talk about these jewelry ones, right? So this one is stuck to it. But the thing is, you'll notice that it's only stuck to the top. So the top part is actually the fakes. Well, I guess the metal part that puts it together, right? So everything else is real. It's just that the metal part at the top is a different kind of metal. Also, these necklaces, you'll notice that only at the end it connects, right? That's because there's a spring inside, and the spring, right, is the one that's being held there by the magnet. But everything else is real, right? So that's some of the stuff you need to pay attention to, because not all of them that sticks to a magnet is real. I mean, it is fake. But I want to talk about something too, because they are not just using metals that are magnetic, right? They're starting to use coat. They're starting to coat this. I think this is copper. I don't even know what this is. I bought it years ago, right? Because I was like, hey, well, it looks unique. Might as well just put a few bucks and buy it. So this is copper, and this is fine copper. So it's 999 copper. Now, it doesn't stick, right? And if you do this, you actually get this pull that you feel, right? When you do it to a silver coin as well. So if they coat the copper in a thin layer of metal, I mean a thin layer of silver, you could barely tell, because if you take a magnet and you put it against the silver, you feel a tug, a little light tug, right? But it's still fake. It's just like this coin. I think this coin is not silver, but if I put it against this magnet, right, it doesn't stick. But it's like, look at it. I think this is copper, but I could be wrong. I don't know. But you notice that it doesn't stick, but the slide is so slow. So, you got to be very careful with some of these items that you may or may not buy, right? But you got to do the research. And of course, right, you got to check out the front and the back, most important part. And you got to buy it from somebody that is trustworthy, that have feedbacks. If you're buying it off eBay or in real life, right? I think in real life is actually harder. I mean, some of you might think, oh, this one is fake, right? Because it has that frosted thing and everything, but this is actually real, surprisingly. I mean, looking at it now, it doesn't look that good, but this is legit, right? This is legit. This is just how they made it, and I don't know what to say. I mean, even the leaf, to me, like, it feels really flat, but this is legit. I know it's legit. So, it's very hard to sell some of these stuff, but I know that these Spider-Man ones, these Marvel stuff, they're not going to fake those. At least not yet anyways. And, the Spider-Man one, I know that one's not fake. So, you got to be careful with what you're buying. And if you're going in real life, right, you got to bring one of these. You got to bring the magnet. That's the most important thing. I mean, that will solve a lot of problems, but they do have these coins, and they look exactly like this, right? And you see, what happens is that it's not magnetic. So if you put a magnet to it, nothing's going to happen. And I think they use copper, right? They coat the copper, and then, it acts like the silver. So you got to be careful with what you're buying. If it's too good to be true, I don't think it's worth it. Now, I've always said, well, not always, but I learned over the years that it's better to buy something that is collectible, that is a collectible bullion, right? So the Canadian maple, let's say this, right? The Canadian, this is, well, not this one, this is a collectible one, but, the original OG one, that one's the cheapest silver bullion out there. And right now, the cheapest silver bullion, the Canadian maple, is at $45. Now, or not 45, it's around 49 Canadian dollars. Now, if I want to buy this, right, this Wolverine one is $52. So, 49, right, 49, 50, 51, 52. I'm paying $4 more, but it's more collectible. Also, it's the difference is not that big, right? So I'd rather just collect this, because who are you going to sell this maple leaf to? I mean, like, most of the collectors, like, yeah, especially the young people that are like replacing the old people. Yeah, we don't even care about this maple leaf, and there's a stupid horse there. Who cares, right? And of course, when I first started, I was like, oh, this dragon is cool. Now they have a million dragons. Like, so this 2012 dragon is useless, right? It's like, yeah, this dragon's not that important anymore. There's other dragons out there. But for Wolverine, right, there's only one coin. And there's, there might be a second coin maybe 10 years from now. So, the collectability is there. And I just feel like these are better bets than buying the random stuff like this. I don't like, I'm looking at this. I bought this years ago, right? In 2013. Well, that's what I think anyways, or maybe 20. I don't know. But, this one is like, who the hell cares about this? What is this? A deer or something? Who cares about it? No one cares about it, right? So, I think the upcoming generation, if they were to invest in silver, they would invest in these collectible ones, because it just makes way more sense. And there's less people, right, forging these things, because they just want to forge the government coins, which are these, right? I'm not saying these aren't official coins either, because you have Queen Elizabeth. It's a legal tender in some weird country that nobody knows, or maybe it's some small country. It's not like Canada, the US, or something. But, I just feel like these are just way better. because they are less likely to forge these, and they're more likely to forge, the Lunar Series, right? And some weird animal that nobody knows, and it's like they don't even know why they're forging it, and they won't forge the Batarang because it's going to be expensive to make the mold and everything. So if you want to protect yourself, I got to say that it's better to collect the stuff that are unique, right? And right, just a few dollars above the original bullion price. And I don't collect the rounds anymore. I don't think it's worth it, because why would I want to collect the rounds? Because the thing is, I just realized that the only point of buying silver is so that you could sell it and make money. So you might as well just buy it on Forex, or buy some stocks or something, right? ETF, and so you could just sell it later, right? And you don't need to pay the premium. But if you're paying the premium, you might as well pay for something that is highly sought after, right? By the new generation, not by the old generation. The old generation is dying. I'm sorry. You guys are getting old, and Wolverine here, he's a never dying character. He is a legend. Just like Batman, Superman. Batman and Superman and Spider-Man and every other man, they will be alive in theory long after we're dead. I mean, they were alive before we were alive, or at least me, anyways, and they will be alive after I am dead and after everybody else is dead, or at least everybody else I know, right? I mean, Batman, just this symbol. This symbol is a representation of something, right? Opposed to this. I don't know what this is a symbol of. It's a symbol of England, right? But honestly, like, who really cares nowadays?